well and they have good intentions. They're like, hey, maybe you should keep this variety hidden.
What the hell?
And you're probably asking, why? Like, why did you keep that hidden? I am so sick of pretending to be something that I'm not. And I'm ready to just say, and I have found a way to overcome a lot of them. And does it mean wild how much focus we put on drinking? It's not healthy for you, whether you have an addictive personality or not. I might be addicted to makeup though. As I'm looking behind me, this looks like a lot of chaos, and I get it. You know, my advice, honestly, like in the middle before going into a little more of my story, sometimes when you give up something,
I don't mean to be an asshole, but just
make sure it's in a way that's healthy, that's not damaging, that couldn't potentially kill you or other people. Like my joke with people in my life, I'm like, I don't know how to quit. Like I don't know how to quit something that's good for me. I will wake up and I'd be like, I hate being here. Had some childhood trauma to sort out on top of it. Most of it. Someone will ask, why did you start your YouTube channel? There's always this like micro expression of mine where I go back and I'm like,
okay, we're getting to it. I also have like my #1 hero here who I watched before I started.
Tati Westbrook just launched a brand, and the internet has thoughts. Not because she's back in the wellness space. That part makes sense for her. The thoughts are about what the brand looks like, what it is, and why this is where she ended up. Because once you understand the legal situation she's been dealing with for the last 4 years, the energy drink makes a lot more sense than it first appears. Let's start with the backstory, because it explains everything. Most people know Tati from two things: the James Charles drama of 2019 and Tati Beauty, her cosmetics line that blew up almost immediately after she launched it. What fewer people tracked closely was that launching Tati Beauty came with serious legal consequences. Before Tati Beauty, she had been doing Halo Beauty with a business partner named Clark Swanson. The arrangement reportedly included an understanding that future beauty ventures would be developed under the Halo Beauty umbrella. When Tati went off and launched Tati Beauty as a separate company, cutting Clark and Halo Beauty out entirely, he sued her, her husband James, and the company. That lawsuit dragged on for nearly 4 years. It became a major factor in Tati shutting down Tati Beauty in 2021. At the time, she cited the pandemic and the ongoing litigation as making it impossible to continue operating, but the legal battle kept going well past the brand closing. It wasn't settled until 2024. Here's the part that changes everything about the Go-Go Juice launch. Part of the settlement agreement with Clarks specifically prevents Tati from launching color cosmetics going forward unless she pays $9 million. That means foundation, eyeshadow, lip products, blush, the core of what made Tati Beauty successful, are legally off the table for her unless she writes a very large check. So when people started speculating that her return would involve skincare, that seemed logical given the circumstances. Instead, she went in a completely different direction. She launched Go-Go Juice, an energy drink under a company called Unfair Advantage, sold at unfair.com. The product is a powder packet drink with 75 milligrams of caffeine from guarana seed extract, prebiotics, methylated B12, vitamin C from acerola cherry, and ingredients marketed toward hair, skin, and nails. No artificial colors, no artificial sweeteners. The first flavor is sour raspberry. She's been describing it as clean energy that tastes like candy, and she's been drinking multiple packets a day herself while promoting it. Now here's where the criticism started coming in. The first issue people raised was the branding. From the website to the product packaging, people are saying it looks AI generated. The aesthetic doesn't have the polished, considered feel that people associate with Tati's previous work on Halo Beauty and Tati Beauty. Those brands had a specific look. This one feels like it was put together quickly, and people aren't shy about saying so. Comments comparing it to something from Temu or calling it a GoDaddy template product have been circulating. Whether or not that's fair, the visual impression has been doing damage before people even try the drink. The second issue was confusion about what the product actually is. After her initial launch video on YouTube, a lot of viewers came away thinking this was a supplement or a wellness powder, not an energy drink. Tati has been actively addressing that since, making a point in every follow-up video and clip to lead with the word energy drink. She even pointed to the packaging and said it says energy drink with the caffeine amount right on the front. The emphasis wasn't clear enough in the original announcement, and she's been course correcting. The third issue was price. People started saying it was $50, which got Tati responding directly. The actual pricing is $39.95 as a first-time try. I price with free shipping $34. $95 on subscription with free shipping, and $49.95 for one-time purchases after the initial try. She wants people to subscribe. That's clearly the business model she's building toward. But she's been frustrated that the $50 number keeps circulating when that's not the entry price for new customers. She's also been fielding comparisons to Emergen-C, which honestly was inevitable. When you launch a powder packet drink with wellness ingredients at a premium price point, that comparison is coming no matter what. Her response is that Emergen-C is positioned as immune support for when you're getting sick, while Go-Go Juice is an energy drink with clean ingredients. Different product, different occasion, different formula. She also pointed out that Emergen-C's vitamin C doesn't come from a Acerola cherry and has no caffeine. She's drawing hard lines between what the products actually are. The criticism she's addressed most directly is the "no one wanted this energy" in the comments. She said she's never had a launch without pushback, and that she consistently proves that kind of reaction wrong. Her framing is that she had a personal problem, gut issues, sensitivities to stevia and traditional energy drink ingredients, couldn't find something that worked for her, and decided to make it herself. That's actually a coherent origin story for a product. Whether the market agrees is something that plays out over time. Now here's what I find genuinely interesting about all of this. The company name, Unfair Advantage, and the URLs, sounfair.com. That branding choice feels like it's saying something. Think about where she's coming from. She had a successful cosmetics brand that she had to shut down because of a lawsuit. She's now legally barred from going back into color cosmetics unless she pays $9 million. She's having to rebuild in a lane that wasn't her first choice. Unfair Advantage doesn't sound like a product name someone picks by accident when they're feeling good about their situation. It sounds like someone who feels like the deck was stacked against them, deciding to come out swinging. Anyway, so unfair.com as the URL feels less like branding and more like a statement. Maybe I'm reading into it, but the domain choice is too specific to be random. She posted on TikTok around the launch with a line that kind of confirms this read. She said no agent, no manager, no business partners, no publicist, no interest in red carpets, healed and feeling slightly unhinged. She's back. That's not the language of someone who feels like things worked out. That's someone who went through something difficult, came out the other side, and is choosing to do things entirely on her own terms now. The timing is creating its own energy online because James Charles is back in the headlines at the same time, this time for the Spirit Airlines video that went viral and got a lot of backlash. So you have James Charles in headlines for the wrong reasons, and Tati Westbrook launching a brand, and people are getting 2019 teen flashback feelings, even though these two situations have nothing to do with each other anymore. The original drama is years old at this point, and both people have moved in completely different directions. But the algorithm doesn't forget, and neither does the comment section, where things actually stand. Tati has a product out, and people are buying it. Reviews are coming in. The taste feedback has been genuinely positive from what's been shared publicly. People saying it does taste like candy and doesn't have the harsh aftertaste that a lot of clean formula products have. The branding criticism is real and probably needs to be addressed if she's serious about building this long term. An energy drink is a crowded market and the visual impression matters. But here's the real picture. She can't do cosmetics without paying $9 million. She has a wellness background and an audience that trusts her health-related recommendations. She has a personal story about needing a cleaner energy product that she couldn't find. An energy drink is actually a logical move given all of those constraints. The execution might need refinement, but the strategy isn't as strange as the initial reaction made it seem. She's building this without a team around her in the traditional sense, and she's doing it after years of legal battles and a very public period of staying quiet. Whether Go-Go Juice becomes the thing she's known for in this chapter, or whether it's a stepping stone to something else, we'll have to wait and see. Drop a comment. Are you curious about Go-Go Juice? And do you think the unfair branding is as intentional as it feels?